Hello and welcome back to the Freedom Beef Podcast. This is episode number
Five?
Five.
Is it 5 already?
It is 5.
I need to stop drinking. I mean, I need to stop
Preaching.
numbering other
Preaching.
numbering other things.
Mm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Praise Jeebus.
Quite. Jesus, my Lord.
Praise Jesus.
Anywho. What the fuck? What a start to the day.
Where's this going?
Where isn't it going? As always, this is AJ coming at you, and we've got... You're just Mike now, right?
Yes,
Just regular Mike?
This is just Mike.
He hasn't lost any weight, so
Mike.
we just took a big off there for his confidence.
Yeah. just self-esteem. It's not working. It's not. Because I'm lazy.
Well, how do we start this episode? By talking about things that you care about.
Mm.
And what's one thing that everyone cares about?
What's that?
I was leaving it to you like it was a... And what
Oh.
I was trying to spoon feed you a really good segue, and
Oh.
you just kind of took it and shit on it.
Hopefully for comedic reasons, but probably not.
Oh, not for comedic reasons, for you're an idiot reason.
Things that people care about, like the fact
That
we're on a bunch of platforms now.
Oh yeah, we are. We're on Spotify's one.
Yep.
And Stitcher.
Let me get to the different listening platforms. We're on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Stitcher.
And
currently.
SoundCloud and YouTube.
Not SoundCloud.
What happened to SoundCloud?
The free gave me like a 3-hour limit for audio,
That's dumb.
and they want me to pay $16 a month for unlimited.
Man, SoundCloud rappers must
So
be
fuck
loaded.
that, right?
How are all these SoundCloud rappers putting out? I guess one song is like what, 3 minutes long?
Yeah,
That gives you what?
that makes sense.
Every hour you get about 20 songs, so you get about 60 songs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Quick maths.
Indeed.
Quite.
Yes.
Off the top of your head, Mike, can you name a bunch of teams, whether professional or not, that don't end in the letter S?
Yeah, that's a good one. That was something that was actually brought up while I was listening to the Chicago Cubs game yesterday, because it was what was on the radio on my way home from work.
Now, I need clarification. So the White Sox are SOX.
Yes.
Does that count?
No.
Why not?
Wait. Does that count as a...
As a team that doesn't end in S.
Yes. Yes, it does.
But it ends in a S sound.
It doesn't end with the letter S.
How does Boston spell the Red Sox? I've seen it both ways.
I have two. I think it... I'm going to go with SOX.
We got two.
So, we have the Fighting Illini of Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
the Green Wave of Tulane,
Mm-hmm. Crimson Tide.
I about said the Rolling Tide.
Roll Tide.
It's a Roll Tide, not...
Don't you have an uncle named Roll Tide?
There's... Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
It's the Crimson Tide.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Stanford the Cardinal?
The Cardinal. The Syracuse Orange.
It's Orangemen, technically.
Orangeman, whatever. Still counts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The St. John's Red Storm.
The Seattle Sounders. Oh, that ends in S. Yeah. My brain was like, yeah, we got one, motherfucker. And then, nope.
Not even
No.
close.
I failed miserably. Indeed. I did not put
The Thunder.
Fair.
I'm listing sports teams off by association. Just all right, basketball teams.
Let's see. Notre Dame's the Fighting Irish.
Yes, the Fighting Irish.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard.
This is challenging. I don't know why you thought this was going to be something interesting. just making me mad.
I figured it's a fun conversation.
True.
Plus, we couldn't think of anything else.
You know why they're plural, right? By most men in S is because there's more than one player on a team.
Yeah.
So like, you're not just one Chicago Cub. You're
Yeah.
all Cubs.
You're not one Tennessee Titan.
Yeah. You're not one Sounder. Well, Sounders. So mad at myself for saying that. So pissed. Idiot. And just to think, 3.5 minutes ago I called you an idiot. Now we're even.
That's 1-1 for this episode. if you're keeping track, I don't know what the count is for all 5 episodes and both mini beef sliders.
I don't know.
I haven't.
I
really
don't want to check.
I haven't really been keeping track.
Tweet at us and find out.
If you have such little life that
Yeah, well,
that you listen to this podcast, but thank you for listening anyway.
we appreciate it. If you can start a facts page about how many times each of us say profanities and which one of us looks
Start
more often.
Start a Wikipedia page.
In fact, I just said stupider probably puts me in the winning category this time. Fuck grammar.
God damn. That's why we need Grammarly.
Grammarly is magic. Oh
It is.
God, that add-on is great. I have never once been upset at myself for using it. The emails are obnoxious though. Have you ever noticed that? Like, you get
Yes.
spam emails for everything.
Yes.
You know,
Grammarly Insights. I don't give a shit.
the worst, in my opinion, are Twitter emails. Because you
Oh
can't
my
turn
God.
them off. You cannot turn them off. I get like 17 Twitter emails a day.
Take your email off of the Twitter account.
17 people have retweeted this one thing that one of the people that you follow tweeted. Nobody gives a fuck. Literally a picture of him at a beach. No one cares. Fuck.
Picture of Seth Rogen in a bikini.
This picture of George St. Pierre sitting in a sauna with another dude. Like, no one gives
Just
a fuck.
freeballing it.
Yeah, probably. It was, I don't know what he was wearing. It was.
Just on Twitter. Just freeballing it.
I had to double take because he was wearing a towel on his head, so I couldn't tell if he had hair or not. And I was like, GSP doesn't have hair. What the
No,
fuck?
he doesn't.
I thought he was wearing a do-rag, to be honest. Which he can. He's
Yeah.
GSP. You have a problem with it? Fight it. You're gonna lose.
Yes.
Guess
You're
it. Total monster.
Yes.
Speaking of UFC, the McGregor fight is coming up.
It is in October.
Yeah, and I'm very excited.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Conor to get his belt back.
No, hot take. Conor's gonna win.
Yeah, I think so.
He hasn't UFC'd in a while.
I don't know. Oh well. I guess then he hasn't fought in a while. It's-
Yeah, he's been boxing training
yeah.
because he fought Mayweather.
It's not much. That's not much different than what he does in the UFC anyway.
I mean, he tried to grapple the entire fight, so it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, if he gets Mayweather in an octagon, that's one round.
Easy.
I think they would stretch it out to 3 just so they
Just
could,
for the
like-
money?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh man, if I had $1 for every time somebody talked about Mayweather McGregor fight,
Oh my god.
I'd be a pretty rich dude.
I know.
Especially at, like
Even just like
even at like
other podcasts or
at like UFC events.
yeah.
They're like, yeah, but this is nothing compared to the money that was made at the McGregor Mayweather fight. Like, no fucking shit.
It's because boxers just make more in general. Like
Yeah, and guess what? They all end up in wheelchairs.
yeah. They all end up with like Parkinson's, like Muhammad Ali. Oh,
Okay.
now I'm sad.
Oh, that was a step over the line.
That was.
Was it though?
No, because it was the truth.
True. Yeah, it's true.
It was the truth.
He was the best.
Gonna hold the microphone like a old timey announcer.
All right. I'm gonna give you. So we're talking about Muhammad Ali.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say something that I heard on. I don't remember. I think it was ESPN. That
Okay.
they compared what Colin Kaepernick is doing to Muhammad Ali. Not going to the draft and facing jail, changing his name because of his religion.
Right.
Is that even fucking close?
No.
Thank you.
No, it's not close.
I agree.
Because Muhammad Ali did go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Kaepernick got cut from a football team and isn't making millions of dollars anymore.
Well, he's still making money.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't Nike still endorsing him?
Yeah, Nike just released an ad campaign with him on it.
Is it?
So.
I think I read like the mantra. Wasn't it like stand for what you believe in, even if it costs you everything?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't cost him everything. He's still on the cover of a bunch of magazines.
Yeah.
He won.
How much money do you think he's getting for that Nike thing? Probably $20 million?
Oh yeah, plenty.
At least.
Plenty.
He's not exactly.
Did he win that?
He's
suit?
not exactly poor.
Did he win that suit against? the NFL?
They moved it to a hearing,
Right.
so it hasn't gone to full court yet. But
Well, there's multiple reports that said he turned down offers. So
yeah, that's on him.
yeah,
He turned down offers because he wasn't going to start.
exactly.
He wants to start somewhere. He's not going to.
No, he's got to earn it,
Yeah,
and he doesn't want to earn it.
which means you have to sign with a fucking team.
Or do what Johnny Manziel did: go to the CFL and earn your
Mhm.
way back. Who's not even starting it behind Jeremiah Masoli?
Yeah,
Who?
but he got
Oregon
traded. He
fans
got
love
traded.
that guy.
He got traded anyway,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah. I think it was someone else.
So he's not even on that team.
But he's focused and he's ready to. He's
Yeah.
trying to make a comeback. He's
Yeah.
doing the thing.
And I commend him for that.
Yeah, and for once I'll say Johnny Manziel, good job.
Yeah, getting clean, getting
Get his head out of his ass.
yes, get his head,
Yeah.
get your head out of your ass. Come back to the NFL.
Yeah.
I want to see Johnny football. I want to see the Johnny football that torched Alabama in the NFL.
Yeah, and
That'd be fun.
and the Johnny Manziel from the Peach Bowl. What was the Chick-fil-A Bowl?
The Duke game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
It's okay. Essentially, Heisman Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, it was.
That's what we want to see.
We want
Back.
to see the magic of Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
We don't want to see
'Cause
the up all night drinking all day.
People want to compare like Baker Mayfield to Johnny Manziel, but
Baker at least has a decent head on his shoulders.
yeah, he does.
The dude had one DUI in college.
He's got a good support system around him that keeps him in check, so he doesn't. Essentially, Johnny Manziel started like these good quarterbacks keeping a good support system around them, so they don't end up like Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, it's like Abraham Lincoln's the reason that we now have Secret Service.
Yeah.
Get shot in the head one time.
Yeah, pussy.
Have we ever talked about on this podcast whether or not there was a second gunman on the grassy knoll?
There was not.
Thank you.
A lot of people like to think there was, but there was not.
I think.
There was a second gunman in the car behind them.
Ooh. Hot take.
That's one of the theories. Is that the security service officer or agent or guy,
Mm-hmm.
however you want to put it, when he heard the first shot from Oswald, grabbed the M16 that they had in the car, pulled it up, switched off the safety as he went to turn around, car revved forward, he accidentally fired, shot JFK in the back of the head.
What?
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's one of the theories.
How would they have an
And-
M16 weren't around back then?
They were. They were used in Vietnam.
M16s were using Vietnam?
Yeah. Or something similar to them.
I thought they were.
Assault rifles, essentially.
It was like an M4. No. Because the M1 was World War One.
The and then M4s are current.
Did you just turn your mic off?
I accidentally just turned my mic off.
You're an idiot.
I am.
Point to Mike for idiot.
2-2.
We are tied.
Once again.
The score is now tied. So Colin Kaepernick is just a
Pussy.
baby.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just the entitlement thing. It's like,
Because he won't win that collusion case. Because he's gotten offers from NFL teams.
yeah.
His entire case is that the NFL owners have blackballed him by not giving him offers.
Yeah.
He's gotten offers.
And his girlfriend...
There've been reported offers.
Yeah, and then his girlfriend calls the Ravens owner a slave driver. And
The black Ravens owner?
yeah, called him like a slave master or something like that, didn't she?
Yeah, a slave owner.
Yeah, like, you're so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And then she turned Kaepernick vegetarian, so...
Double stupid.
Yeah. You know, a football player, a quarterback who at Nevada and early San Francisco 49ers was known for being able to run through people.
I think Tom Brady's a vegetarian.
I doubt it.
I'll look it up.
He's just stupid.
I think he is a vegetarian.
He just doesn't use plastic straws.
Hey, plastic straws are going into turtleosis.
Hmm.
You know that California has more legislation about plastic straws in the ocean than they do about controlling uranium? It's a fact.
That's because uranium powers their entire state.
Yeah, but uranium's also, dangerous as fuck.
But it powers their entire state.
What am I looking up again? Oh,
If Tom Brady's a vegetarian, focus.
Is Tom Brady
Hold on.
vegan? The very first one.
I was just about to ask what the... I want to see what the Google results are.
Okay, is Tom Brady vegan, the GOAT, retiring, playing tonight, married?
I kind of figured one was like single or something like that.
He's almost vegan.
So he's not. There's no almost when it comes to vegan.
Okay. Apparently there's a lot of NFL players and other athletes that are going vegan.
Good for them.
Well,
More meat for us.
Let's look. Okay. I want to eat like Tom Brady. I want to know, what does he eat? Okay.
That's what it's trying to do. What?
No, it's saying, it says eat like Tom Brady, which is, it's a meal plan that you could buy for the TB12 stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. No.
Like the TB12 training supplements and stuff like that.
Let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. He's pushing things like avocado ice cream and biodynamic sleepwear.
Avocado ice cream
He
sounds...
sticks to a vegan diet.
shush.
Sticks to a vegan diet most of the year, but works in lean meats like chicken during the winter months.
So he's not vegan.
He's
at all.
He's vegan sometimes.
There's no sometimes. If you're vegan, you don't eat meat ever.
It's like being bisexual with meats.
No.
Sometimes you're meat, sometimes you're not.
No.
That's not how it works.
With something like vegan, you don't eat meat. If you eat any kind of meat, you're not vegan.
Why not?
Because the whole point of being vegan is to not eat meat.
So, what's the point? I get, the vegans are we're doing it to be healthy.
Right. And they substitute the protein you get from meat with other things like beans, nuts, pasta, stuff like that. But
so if you're vegan and you're gluten free,
that sucks.
And what do you eat? Grass?
I'm guessing so. You just graze like a cow.
Well, then you're competing with the cow for food. You're causing cow starvation. We need a vegan on this podcast because I need to have a conversation with them.
That's another idea for at least a 5-minute segment on an episode. Because I don't really give a shit.
We should maybe have a guest on here sometime.
Yeah, at some point.
Maybe.
Yeah, if we can find one.
We'll find anyone we give a shit about. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
And
be able to keep up with us.
And just as dumb as us, and they're not making us look stupid. We did that good enough ourselves.
Yeah. That's tough, though. There's not as many people as dumb as us.
It's true. But we're so smart, we got microphones in front of us.
Indeed.
So.
Well, technically we bought them ourselves, but
hey,
still.
Hey. People listen.
Yeah. People do listen.
It's gotta be the biggest idiot with a microphone.
Yeah.
You got the smartest dude in the room, but the dude with the microphone's getting heard.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's true. Oh man,
I love open formats.
I do too.
What else do we want to talk about?
We were having a conversation earlier about,
Drugs?
no, not that one.
Awkward.
Because in an earlier episode we talked about strong female characters in media, we'll say. And I guess media as far as movies, TV, cartoons, stuff.
Shows. Yeah.
Shows.
Things people watch.
Things people watch. Not necessarily
Jeopardy.
like news.
Jeopardy.
Like that's I mean like stuff like
The Golden Girls.
Adventure Time, or
Does Adventure Time have a female character in it?
it has like a bunch of them.
I'll be honest with you, I've never watched Adventure Time.
There's Marceline.
In fact, I would be down to watch Adventure Time right now.
It's on Hulu.
I fired up.
After the episode, we'll fire it up and watch Adventure Time. There's Marceline, the Vampire Queen.
Is it supposed to rhyme? 'Cause it rhymes.
Yes, it is. Princess Bubblegum.
Is there a Prince Bubblegum?
No. There's a Flame Princess.
I'd like to hub a herbo.
Lumpy Space Princess.
Say that last one again, please. There's what?
You heard me.
It was
Lumpy Space Princess.
lumpy.
Yes.
Like, so you got humps or lumps? Because there's a difference.
Yes.
Oh God.
It'll be easier to watch it than explain it.
Please explain it.
No. It's a.
Please. I need to know right now. Nope. No, I don't want to see a picture.
No,
I need words.
I'm not explaining it with a fucking picture.
Mike, I'm going to close my eyes. You can look at the picture, but you have to describe it to me, and then afterwards I'll look at the picture and see how close you are.
No.
Okay, let's do this. Close my eyes.
It's the first thing that came up. Do not close your eyes.
Can't see.
Open your fucking eyes.
Describe it.
Just open your fucking
Nope,
eyes.
describe it to me.
No.
Yep. I don't want to see it unless it's described.
It's like
I'm an audio living room.
it's essentially like a floating space lump.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, that can talk.
What kind of color is it?
It's purple.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Does it have a mouth?
It can talk, so yes.
Does it have eyes?
Yes.
What color are its eyes?
They're just black dots.
Okay. Is it wearing any clothes?
No.
It's just a naked lump?
Yes.
That's gross.
Do you want to look at it now?
Yeah. What is it? Okay, yeah, it looks like a cloud. You neglected the star on its head.
So?
Point for you sucking at describing things.
That's why I got the fucking picture up.
Yeah, but if you showed me, then the audience wouldn't be able to understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I would show you so you know what I was talking about, and then we'd explain what it is.
Did you assume it's gender, though?
Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Just shut your mouth.
Anything other than the lumpy space princess? And Bubblegum? What was her name?
There's the
Is her name Bubblegum because people like to... Never mind.
shut up.
I was going to make an eating ass joke.
I'm sure you were.
Yep.
I'm sure you were.
I like to chew like bubblegum.
Anyway, we were actually going to have an actual conversation.
Were we?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'm kind of drawing a blank on what it was. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, we were talking about how in the newer shows that we have more strong female leads and create better...
maybe not necessarily leads, but just
strong
characters.
female characters.
Yeah.
And it allows for...
more character development and...
Yeah.
Or better character development, I should say, not more.
Yeah, but then we also considered... But now we're going to take that conversation a step further. We're talking about what it means past just if they're not a strong female lead.
Yeah.
Where is the like?
Where do specifically love interests? Are they within that same category, or are they in their own subcategory?
That's an interesting take, because I think you can have a strong female lead that is a love interest, like Katara
from
Avatar:
Last
Last
Airbender.
Airbender. But then you also have just straight love interest style,
Yeah.
like take Bulma, for example,
Okay.
in Dragon Ball Z.
Or maybe specifically more Dragon Ball, I guess.
Or
The
Chi-Chi.
original series Dragon Ball.
Yeah, and Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
You know, the females in that show aren't strong.
Mm.
They're strong females, but they're
Yeah.
not like powerful in like the show context.
Yeah, because especially in like Dragon Ball Z, because you're putting like Bulma in context of like Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Yeah,
Like that's not fair.
yeah, and then you have future Trunks.
Super Saiyan 3 Goku can blow up a planet if he wanted to.
Exactly, and you have her Dragon Ball detectors. Basically, what she's good for.
She's like a genius, but yeah.
Yeah, she's hyper intelligent. But
Yeah.
doesn't do you much good
And
in a
then-
fist
and
fight
then-
when it
and
comes
then-
to superpowers.
Right, and then fucking Chi-Chi is Gohan's mom.
And she kicks that one dude in the face.
Yeah,
That's
in
literally
the,
all she's
in the
done.
Slug movie, that's not even canon.
True.
So she does nothing in the canon.
No,
Except for
Vegeta
give-
Goku for being terrible.
Bitch at Goku for being terrible, and give birth to Gohan and Goten. That's
Yep.
it.
And complain about bedtime.
And complain about
I
bedtime.
remember that happened.
And school.
Of
And
course.
school. Making sure Gohan's smart.
Yep.
Speaking of Dragon Ball, Team 4-Star released part 1 of episode 60 for Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
I saw that. I have not
Saturday.
watched it.
It's pretty great. We can watch that afterwards.
I will. Right as we're done with Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I'm learning about Miss Chewy ass. I mean, Bubba.
We're only 27 minutes into this episode, but this has been the best.
Well, when you bring up lumpy balls, what was it? It was slippery, lumpy princess. I'm being genuine. I don't remember what
Lumpy
it was
Space Princess.
called. The lumpy space princess.
Yes.
I was way off,
Yes, you were.
but not terribly off.
No. Not really. Oh my god. Trying to give me a headache.
Well, as we continue this
Yeah.
conversation, I think you can have both, but I think
But it seems difficult to have both.
it's more,
Just because of the way that these shows want to establish a love interest.
it depends on how
is-
you. In my opinion, it depends on how you define love interest.
Okay.
Because if you're defining love interest as her individual character, or if you're basing it on her impact on the character development of the main character that is the love interest in
Okay.
him.
So.
Inuyasha, for example.
Okay.
I know you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Is your
I would have gone with Full Metal Alchemist. But
okay? We'll use that one for an example
Yeah.
because we both know what we're talking
Yeah.
about there.
Yeah.
So
we'll go with Winry.
with Winry, her development as a character herself
Mhm.
is not much.
Is very limited to them showing up in the robot place, and that's about it.
Yeah, and her connection to the main character
Yes.
in the show.
Or characters, I guess
Yeah.
you could say.
We're just staring at each other at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I thought you were going to say the next thing.
I thought you were going to say the next thing. Okay, the weird miscommunication. Okay.
We need a sign.
we
Like a possession arrow in basketball.
just I agree. It's weird because I don't know where I'm trying to go with this.
Really? Couldn't tell.
Yeah. What I mean is that the way Winry is established is originally as their mechanic. in Full Metal,
Exactly.
because the main character has a robot arm and a leg, or just, I guess, a metal arm and a leg, I guess you could say.
It's like a prosthetic,
Yeah,
so it's not robotic. It's
Yeah.
more prosthesis.
yeah. And that automatically makes her useful.
Yeah, it gives her a role early on that makes it there to be a reason for them to keep coming back.
Right. And then later on in the series, you start getting more into who she is as Winry to the Elric brothers,
Exactly.
instead of Winry the mechanic.
Yeah. Oh, my turn?
Yes,
Okay. Yes, and you run into this conundrum, which is, do you focus on her and then create a side arc, basically, within the show that you're going to give at least 5 episodes to dive deep into her and have her expand herself?
like the Last Airbender does with
Right.
Katara.
Right. Where Katara gets...
But that's like every season.
yeah, she gets a little...
They do it really well.
Yeah, well, they did it really well because they didn't... Like, Aang was the main character,
Mhm.
but the supplemental characters were still main characters. Sokka, Katara,
They were very
Toph.
they were very important to what was going on in the story.
Because there were some
that-
episodes...
like even Iroh got a little bit of his own thing.
and Zuko.
Zuko,
Even Azula gets, a
gets
few
like
episodes.
an episode, yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, Appa and Momo both get individual episodes as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
You have the Appa saga where he's by himself after when the Sandbenders take him.
Yep.
Um,
And when Zuko finds him, and
overall, that's the greatest show, of our generation.
Yeah.
That...
and then that was completely ruined by the live action movie. Fuck M Night Shyamalan.
Absolutely.
That was like
We were so
sophomores
hyped.
in high school,
So
and we're still
hyped.
salty about that.
So hyped about what that was going to do. It was going to be an awesome movie, and then they're like, "Well, it's never
Because it could have expanded the universe. It could have done so many different things.
But we knew it was going to be like the back of our mind. We were like, "Please just don't have this be the Dragon Ball live action movie. Please don't be the live action Dragon Ball movie."
and then it was the live action Dragon Ball movie.
Oh, so bad. As soon as I heard M. Night Shyamalan was like, "Well, I don't think it's really fair that firebenders can just materialize fire, so they have to have a source of the fire, just like waterbenders have a source for the water."
No.
Airbenders. Air's all around you.
Yeah.
Katara uses her sweat for waterbending in an
Yeah.
episode.
Bloodbending.
You're dumb. There's earth everywhere,
Yeah.
except in the
Ye-
wood prison and the metal boat.
Yeah.
And then Toph figures out how to metal bend because she's a badass.
Yeah. And then mistakes Suki for Sokka when they fall off.
Yes.
You can just go ahead and let me drown now.
But to be fair, Suki in that, she's a
Mhm.
love interest,
Mhm.
and she also is a badass.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's also, she doesn't really have much character development because she's established early on as a badass.
Yeah, and she's a limited character,
Yeah.
basically. And even the princess that becomes the moon, whose name
Yeah.
Yui.
Ye-
Is it Yui?
You're thinking of Sword Art Online.
Yue. It's Princess Yue.
Princess Yue. You were
I knew-
close.
I knew it was in the same
Yeah.
verbiage.
You were thinking of the weird
NPC.
AI NPC child in
Yep.
Sword Art Online.
Yep. Shut up. Anyway. But in Yue's case, she was only in there for 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And then she becomes the moon. And
But she established such an important part of
Sokka's character development.
Sokka's character development, and I guess the development of waterbenders in general. I guess Katara as a waterbender.
I guess, but her role became more universal
Yeah.
in continuing the waterbender's abilities.
Mhm.
But I would say she didn't have any development because from the beginning she could tell
Yeah.
she didn't want to marry the dude.
Mhm.
She was, given the little backstory of
Right.
the koi
I'm
fish
the
saved her
I'm the
life,
princess. Yeah.
the koi fish made her cry, and some part of the soul wasn't there. And then you're
Yeah.
like, well, we know where this is going. As soon
Yeah.
as, what was that general's name?
Zhao.
Zhao was like, I'm gonna destroy the moon.
Yeah.
His insanity in that show.
And then he shows up in Legend of Korra in the spirit world.
Yeah.
It just, come on.
Just like, sometimes you just need to die.
Yeah. There's those characters that are just so satisfying when they either get beaten or they die, or sometimes both.
Or he gets beaten so many times.
Yeah.
Like Aang, who
he,
has
he loses in the Agni Kai.
He loses to Aang in the first season when Aang is meeting up with the Zhong the deserter.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And he doesn't even touch him, and
he just destroys the boat,
burns down all of his boats. And Aang's just like,
and Aang doesn't fully learn firebending till the
almost
last
the end
season,
of the fourth season.
Because he learns firebending, invasion of the Fire Nation capital,
Game over.
Game over. Essentially,
Legend of Korra starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should seriously have a season 5.
They should.
Where they talk about them creating Republic City.
Yes.
And
the in between.
The aging of Aang.
Zuko finding his mom, and because that happens in a weird in a comic they make, I think.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of Zuko asking
where
Iroh, or
is
not
my
Ozai?
mother?
Yeah, asking Ozai where his mom is if they're not gonna
do anything about
anything with it.
Well, it left a great cliffhanger.
Yeah, but they still don't do anything with it.
Yeah, and we got to know how the next Airbenders were created.
Right. Obviously, we know how they're created.
I mean, we don't know for sure. We got to see Toph grow up and fall in love.
Yeah.
Because
gotta see Aang and Katara bone.
Okay, you took it a step too far. I'm sure if you got on websites, you could find something.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there's something.
I'm sure there's something out there.
You watch Homer Simpson probably in March. Just go at it. If that's what you're into. It's not what I'm into, but
no. I'm sure there's some people that are into that.
I mean, if there's, foot stuff and people
Just
getting peed on,
weird.
like the rumor the president got peed on when he was in Russia.
What?
Yeah, did you hear about that rumor that he was in 2003 or something, he was overseas in Europe somewhere and he had a couple Russian prostitutes, according to the rumor, peed on him.
Mm.
I don't know, it's a rumor, it's stupid, everything's stupid.
Yeah. Stupid. Yeah. Anyway, back to an actual constructive conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, because I guess, and it's not just, I guess, The Last Airbender that establishes, I guess, great villains. That too, like I guess we can move into great villains as we're talking about Zhao and Ozai and.
Well, I have one more point on your last thing, though.
Okay.
On the great villains. One more question for you philosophically.
Okay.
So, if you can have both of a strong female lead that can also play as a love interest,
Right.
is it possible to have a strong female or male lead that doesn't have a love interest throughout the entirety of the series?
That's tough because I don't know if I can't think of any at any point throughout the series, like in flashbacks or current.
Yeah, where there's not
because you could technically say Natsu in Fairy Tail, but then you have flashbacks
of
him
Lizana
and
when they were a
Lizana.
kid. Yeah,
They were kids, but does that count? Because it's little kids saying they're gonna marry each other. That happens all the time.
Yeah. Who didn't get married in kindergarten? I mean, pretty sure none of those got annulled either.
Right.
There's going to be some interesting cases coming up in the next few years.
Oh, jeez.
Polygamy. What were you not?
Yeah.
Which is a conversation that we can have on another pod, because I have a very fascinating conversation about that with you that we'll talk about later, but It's about. This is just kind of food for thought for later. One thing that is socially unacceptable now that is going to be socially acceptable within the next 20 years. I think polygamy is going to be it,
Okay.
and that's kind of a
That's kind of a weird concept to us now because of
because
the time that we grew up in.
exactly because 10 years ago.
Like it might not be weird to Spencer because when he's our age, it might not be weird.
True.
And he'll have grown up in the generation that is not weird.
Yeah, and you think about when we were kids, identifying as another gender was just like,
It was almost unheard of.
yeah, like when you were kids, you played house, and sometimes if you didn't have an extra girl, someone had to be the mom,
Yeah.
someone had to be the
Yeah.
because back then, as a kid, we couldn't conceptualize two dads in one house.
Yeah.
I mean, it
It's just
happens,
it's the
and
way
there's nothing
kids'
wrong with
brains
that.
are.
Yeah.
Typically.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with, a two-dad household either. As long
Or
as-
to a mom household.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As in whatever. As long as you're taking care of your children.
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck, honestly. If you hurt your kids in any way, I will track you down and I will destroy your life, but
Thanks, Liam Neeson.
I don't know who you are, but I will find you and I will kill you. Yeah.
Yep.
They also made a Denzel movie like that, didn't they? The
The
Equalizer?
I watched that last night. That's actually really good.
Really?
Yes. It's very good.
Also, don't take Keanu Reeves' dog.
No. Don't kill his dog.
It's a whole thing.
Or take his car.
Or stick a bus at 55 miles an hour.
Or steal a bunch of money from banks dressed as presidents. Point Break.
Ah.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, you had me there for a second. I was like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Or falsely enter the Matrix. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen the Matrix movies, I don't even remember the plot.
Or be named Agent Smith.
Yeah.
All I remember is
Or
like,
force him to kill your sister. John Wick 2.
I haven't seen the second one. Thank you. Spoilers.
Yeah, no. That's not actually that's just the first half hour.
Well, to be fair, I haven't seen the first one either. And I need to watch both of them, so.
I was watching an interview with the John Wick directors, and they said in the first one you can always tell which scenes were shot first because the extras will have like hair and full head of hair and beard and full beards, and then they'll have shaved heads and full beards, and then shaved beards and shaved heads, and then shaved beards and like something wrapped like a hat on, just because they didn't have the funding for enough people for the full movie.
Mm-hmm.
They had to continuously reuse characters that were supposed to be dead.
It's a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Little insight into how low budget movies are made with extras.
You're a fucking nerd. Well, just like in Deadpool, except
Mhm.
they tell you in Deadpool.
Yeah.
There's a reason he left the duffel bag full of bullets in there and guns because they didn't have the money for it.
Yeah.
So they had the money to show you what it looked like. They didn't have the money to do a huge gun battle.
They did in the second one, but
Oh yeah,
obviously. Because cable.
yeah. I mean, which that movie ended up being really good. So
Yeah,
it's
it-
fine.
It was kind of surprising how serious it got at times.
Yeah,
But,
it did put a good window into like
the character of Deadpool, I guess.
yeah into depression
Instead
and
of just
grief.
lol, I'm so crazy.
Yeah, chimichangas and shoot people in the face.
Yeah.
And skull fucking. Yeah. There was still plenty of that.
Of course, because that was established. That was well established in the comic books and in the first movie.
Yeah, it made sense.
You almost have to have it.
Exactly. So
I'm still waiting for Hugh Jackman to come back for a Deadpool movie.
maybe,
He's gonna do it.
maybe.
He's gonna do it. I'm calling it right now. He's gonna do it. Ryan Reynolds is gonna be able to talk him into it.
It's possible.
Just an R-rated Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
That would be incredible.
It was.
It would be absolutely incredible. Just
Because they pretty much hate each other in the comic books, don't they?
It's not a hatred. It's more of like Deadpool is like really into Wolverine, and Wolverine is pissed at the fact that they took his mutagen.
That Deadpool is really into Wolverine.
Well, Deadpool's mutagen in the original comic series is they took Wolverine's mutate, which is the fact that he can regenerate.
The regenerative healing factor.
Yeah, and they put it into Wade.
Okay, so X-Men Origins version of it was the correct version, except for the design and the overall execution of Deadpool.
Yes.
The fact that they took his mutate and put it
Yes.
in.
Yes. The torture scene is not accurate.
No. I think they were trying to keep as far away from.
They didn't want to go into the crossover
Yeah.
because it was unnecessary.
Because they couldn't afford Wolverine.
True. But to be fair, the Weapon X program existed,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was at the Weapon X program there was a warden there. It wasn't Ajax.
No.
There was a warden who would execute people, and so the prisoners created something called the death pool, which was you would put money in to see who the warden would execute next, and that ended up being Wade always beat it because he couldn't die,
Yeah.
and so they started calling him Deadpool because he could never lose the Deadpool. There's a little bit of Deadpool origins for you, and if I'm wrong, come at me. I've got 3 books sitting right in eye shot, and I will read directly from those fuckers. Come at me, bitch.
I don't think we have time for that.
I have days.
But
I'll read every single
comic
swear.
comic books are the same. Go the same way with. I guess we can get into our villains talk now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Comic books establish maybe better villains than like TV shows do.
Explain.
Like Thanos.
Have you? Okay, let me start. Have you read any Avengers comics?
I gotta think. I think I have.
With
It's been a while.
Thanos in the arc.
I can't remember. I think I might have, but I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Because his movie villain is great. I
Yeah.
honestly can't say that I can attest to what he's like in the comics, because all I know is him in the Deadpool comics, and
Yeah.
he's just a prick in there.
Yeah.
I burped. Off.
And of course, it's just Josh Brolin being Josh Brolin.
Yes.
He's amazing. Like, the Jonah Hex movie was bad, but he was good.
Can't say I've seen that movie. He's really good.
Josh Brolin's good in it. Megan Fox is hot in it. That's about it.
Basically all Megan Fox is good for.
Megan Fox plays a prostitute.
So she played Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Swish. Is she even making movies anymore?
Not that I know of. She was established as the hot chick in Transformers, and that's about it.
And she was mad because she was established as the hot chick.
And she wanted more money to be the hot chick.
And Spielberg was like, we can find a new hot chick for half as much money, so fuck off.
A chick that's hotter than you are.
Megan Fox. Is she still alive?
She's still...
Today. Good lord. Okay, so...
Is she doing like
she did the
porn or
Teenage
something?
Mutant... No, she did the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh, that's
Turtles
right.
movies. Besides,
She was April.
Besides that...
Has she done anything besides that other than Jennifer's Body?
she was in something called Zeroville, movie, I guess, in 2017.
Never heard of it.
No. Let's see.
I'm guessing like Jennifer's Body was one of the last things she did.
Like, just 3 kids. Not know that.
I didn't either.
One of her kids' name is Journey River.
Do you think
Okay,
she was listening to Journey
I'm gonna list the 3.
by River?
I'm gonna list her 3 kids' names. Tell me which one hates his life the most.
Obviously Journey River.
Nope. I don't think so. Hold on, our draft link just opened up so we can enter the draft room.
Cool.
Alright.
But it's an hour till the draft officially starts. So
Yeah.
Whatever.
Alright, her 3 kids.
Obviously, Journey River.
Journey River, Noah Shannon, Bodhi Ransom.
Bodhi?
Bodhi.
I think it's supposed to be Bodhi.
Okay, so Bodhi Ransom, Noah Shannon, and Journey River.
Journey River.
I'm saying
Journey
hates his name the most.
Journey 100% does.
Who's
That's
number
fine.
one? Who's number 1?
You are.
Why am I number 1?
It's going on. It's going off of time joined.
Hey, cool.
Anyway, that's for later. Anyway, villains. We were talking about villains, not Megan
Right.
Fox. We got into Megan Fox, but
I think it's based on when you joined.
that's what I said.
No, like when you joined the league. Is when you draft.
That's what I said.
I thought I put it to random.
I don't know.
Now I feel bad because I shouldn't be the one drafting number 1 overall. That's crap.
Nice job, Dustin.
I didn't try to. I honestly,
I know.
next year you're gonna have to remind me because there's a feature you can turn on to have you be able to trade in the drafts.
Ooh.
You could trade picks,
Ooh.
and so I'm gonna turn that on next year because I'm fascinated by how that dynamic's gonna work. Anyway,
yeah, I don't know.
I think when we talk about villains, the comics do an excellent job of
Establishing a base, I guess.
establishing
for
a
villains.
base. But the problem with comics is you have so many, it's really hard to keep using the same villain, like the Batman arcs,
Yeah.
for example.
There's so many different arcs, different universes
Because
of
you have to-
Batman.
And you recreate the Joker every time,
yeah.
recreate the Penguin, recreate Mr. Freeze and Harvey Dent, and
Who's
insert bullshit name here. You know, you have all those people, and you have to reestablish Ra's al Ghul and
Raish, but whatever.
It's Rosh. Depends on who you believe in.
Yeah.
But like, it's hard because it's hard to be canon with that stuff,
Right.
because you can't, because you can only arrest the same person so many times before you're like, okay, we really need to consider how bad our prison system is here.
Right.
The dude's escaped 98 times, and we've done nothing about it.
Right. And I'm guessing. Josh Brolin's Thanos is probably somewhat close to how Thanos is in the comics. But I'm guessing. What?
He's more heartless in the comics from what I've read. Paxton Lynch, after being cut by the Broncos, is visiting the Buffalo Bills.
That because in the movie he genuinely cares and loves Gamora, but she despises him.
Right, because he's an ass.
Yeah. So it does a good job of establishing heartless Thanos, while at the same time making him, I don't want to say human, but
It gives him
a sense of humanity, I guess.
And that's something that movies have to do that comics don't. Is you don't have to have emotion.
Yeah.
In comics, you don't need to be, have like a soul, basically. You can be a heartless prick all day long.
Yeah.
Why is there so many ads?
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that. Trying to make money because it's a free service.
I will say I've had to be the last 15 minutes of this podcast, so I'm going to be a little bouncy for the next however long we're going to finish this up.
Yeah. But
But if you look at villains, the one nice thing that TV can do that comics can't is TV can make a twist.
Mhm.
The twist ending of this guy's actually the villain.
I'd say, like, people like Slade are better on TV
Absolutely.
than they were established in, like, or I guess Deathstroke. We can just say Deathstroke, 'cause,
Right.
as kids we were
Technically,
that's
they're
Slade.
different. Technically, they're different people.
No,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going off the Arrowverse, yeah,
In the Arrowverse, they're two different people because of the fact Deathstroke had a partner.
yeah. Yeah, but
that
that's,
wore the exact same mask.
yeah, but that's Slade in Teen Titans.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I know,
talking about.
I know. His name is Slade Wilson, technically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's Deathstroke.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay, yeah, I get. Yeah. Okay.
That's where I'm going with this.
Right.
Is that he's much more well established. Even he's much more well established even in Teen Titans compared to Arrow. Like
Yes, because he's the
I,
main
I, I,
villain.
I really like Deathstroke and I guess Slade Wilson specifically as characters. If you look at each one separately, I really like them in Arrow, but comparatively, it just Teen Titans does such a good job of establishing what a maniac Slade is.
Ooh, I just turned out how long you have to take a pic. I made it 90. I made 60 seconds, not 90.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pee my pants. Fine, I got this. I'll rally.
Yeah.
No, it's because of the fact he's the main villain. In Arrow, he's not the main villain. Like
Right.
in Teen Titans, he was the bad guy. Like you
Yeah.
had the Hive, you
And
had
then,
other
and then
people,
and then
but-
you have the twist of, ooh, Trigon.
yeah, plot twist
Slade's been working for Trigon.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Not the whole time, technically.
Since he died.
Yeah, since like season I think 2.
Season
2 or
3,
3.
I think. Because I remember there's like half the season where Robin thinks he's seeing Slade
Yeah.
and just is going crazy.
Yeah, I need to buy that complete series. We
Yeah.
could watch it. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I wish it was on like one of these streaming services. I don't know why it's not.
too good to have on there.
I know.
It would break the server. Netflix would, have to rebuff their entire system just to handle the fact how many nerds go and watch Teen Titans.
Yeah.
I will say, my brother, I was talking to him the other day, and he's like, my kids are really into Teen Titans Go. I'm like, you're no longer allowed to have children. You're letting them watch that garbage, and you're not showing them the original. Like, confiscation.
Right.
Calling the CPS.
Just show them the original first. And
Yeah. And then they'll let them watch the new one, and then be like, all right, pick one.
Right.
The answer will determine whether or not you get to sleep inside today.
Jesus.
I'm kidding. Or am I? Ooh, Superman binoculars.
Oh.
Which makes everything yellow. But I will say, in shows, it's a lot easier to have, like, a really good villain development,
Mhm.
like Zuko's development in Avatar.
Vegeta's development.
Right. And turn good eventually.
Yeah.
Um,
Like almost 200 episodes later.
yeah, but you also got to think in the grand scheme of the 700 episodes they have.
Yeah. Well, if we're just going off of Dragon Ball Z specifically,
True.
not necessarily Super.
True.
Just from where he shows up in the Saiyan Saga to
The Frieza Saga?
to Boo when he blows himself up,
Right.
because that's really the culmination of the turn,
Yeah.
where he finally starts caring about somebody other than himself, and fighting for somebody other than other than himself.
Right. No, I totally agree. But then you also have to think about, like, in comics and in books, I would say, more generally, you know that there's a finite end.
Yeah.
Like, with anime, there is the manga, and then eventually the manga catches up.
Yeah,
and
but
then
the manga's so
it's never
it's-
ending. That's the thing. Is like
I mean,
they
look
continually
at
put out
like One
episodes.
Piece and Bleach. They're still putting out. They're still putting out volumes of the One Piece manga.
To be fair, one of my friends was talking about the One Piece. He was watching One Piece, and he's like, "Yeah, what I would go through is I would literally skip episodes of all the filler stuff." And he's like, "I skipped 180 episodes once, and the story picked up exactly where it left off." Because that's how much filler they had. I'm like, Jesus God, there's like over 1,000.
I thought Naruto had a
Naruto
had a
didn't skip
lot of
like
filler.
half seasons, but
Yeah. But once it starts getting into Shippuden, the filler starts actually mattering.
Yeah.
Because it starts going into this person's also carrying a tailed beast.
Have you been watching the Naruto?
Yes.
I have
Yes.
not, because I haven't watched
It starts before the movie. The movie that came out like a year ago, I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah. Sure.
That is essentially stop. Spoiler: Naruto's the Hokage, obviously.
Have you seen? Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Just and then it picks up. It goes. It's essentially filler up until it hits the where the movie begins at the Chunin exams, and then it moves through the movie, and then it started past the movie into more original content.
Interesting.
Mm.
Well, I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking forward to the live-action Full Metal movie they're making?
They've already made that. I'm
Yeah.
not watching that.
You know?
No,
You refuse?
I made the mistake of watching the Death Note movie.
Yeah, that one was trash.
I made the mistake of watching that. So I'm not gonna watch a Japanese man in a blonde wig
So
try and play Edward Elric.
let me ask you this: is this your first time watching Full Metal?
Yes,
Okay. So
and I've watched
have you now
Brotherhood.
have you now considered learning alchemy?
Yes,
Yep.
actually,
Everyone does.
that's the thing. That's the weird thing about like even like Sword Art Online. I kind of want to learn how to sword fight. That seems cool as shit.
Right. Well, I
Just because it just establishes sword fighting as this cool, fast-paced thing that is.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think this is a great topic for us to pick up on next week.
Ooh.
That we have a nice, because I can make a healthy conversation about all of the things of all of the shows that I've wanted to try / probably tried when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Irrelevant. I
yep.
didn't. All right.
All the different jutsu from Naruto.
You shut your whore mouth when you're talking to me. Anyway, would you like to say it, Mike?
Don't be a bitch. We'll see you guys next week.
Episode 6.